Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. So we've got a little bit of stuff we need to do here. In fact, I have quite a lot of work I want to get done today, hopefully. We need 5 games between the Priest and Warlock. I think we'll probably focus on the Priest. Maybe we could... Nah, we're not going to get to 60 in 5 games. But we can maybe get to 59. So let's start with that. Let's see, Priest, Casual, Play. So when I record series, what I have a tendency to do is don't exit out of the program. Just hit Alt-Tab and leave it and then go to sleep for anywhere between 4 to 12 hours of sleep, or 4 to 12 hours of time in which I attempt to sleep, as insomnia is always an issue.
The light shall bring victory.
And it's rather frustrating because when I work, I am tired at a certain point. I really am exhausted, and it would be a bad episode to go and try and make another episode. I'd yawn, I'd be slow, sluggish. I'm sure you've probably seen it if you've watched enough of my videos. But as soon as I turn around and actually try to go to sleep in that state of being exhausted, very often my brain just goes no. It's like a petulant 2-year-old. It's just like no, 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 and I will be, I don't know, distracted. It will try to distract me, my mind will, to watch some more stuff on YouTube, play some more time clickers, play Hearthstone, but don't record. All of those things are actual examples of things I've done when I was actually trying to sleep, and it's really just, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So there's something here. I can't hit the switch very easily, where you can hit this and the rocket will go off. And I saw someone else do it, but I don't know what the combination of items are. It seems like he just got this at the right angle and it hit that and it worked. So it must only take off after on certain occasions, I guess. That's the only thing I can assume. Because I could swear I've tried that before and it hasn't worked.
Reporting for duty.
Is it gonna come back down if I keep shooting it?
In the light's name. In the light's name. Feel my pain.
Job's done. Get down!
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to get it back down. Interesting. Like the annoying little kite. Once it's gone for the game. Yeah, let's focus on playing the game. How about we do that? So this is almost as if there was nothing there at all. And there really would be no problem if there was nothing there. Well, what I would say what they should do is redo these edges so that they get thinner and thinner, and then they put a spot for a character here and a character here, and it's like a new just brand new style and classic. Wow, they managed to kill everything, didn't they? That sucked. I need to pay attention.
None of your business.
So, like I was saying, as he brings up, he's playing Secret Paladin here. I have a tendency to leave everything running. So right now stacking is still running in the background. There's plenty of RAM in this computer, so it is only going to really be when I play something like The Witcher 3 or something that is super demanding on that level. That's the only time anything like that would really matter.
Get down!
Ah, that worked kind of well. That worked out quite nicely. So I need to finish stacking before I can play the witness is what I need to do. I need to just kind of power through it, which means I need to power through this too.
Who am I? None of your business.
Right now, it probably wouldn't be terrible if instead of staying up at night watching other people fail at the witness and trying to go through the 5 or 10 people that are doing it and finding one that is in the one section I really want to see, which happens to be, oh man, if I only had one more mana. There we go.
Fine, I'll want.
I'll just get rid of that guy. I could stay up all night playing it myself. I mean, that's right in complete argument against what I just said about how I suffer from insomnia and how I have these big portions in which I play the game and shouldn't be playing the game, should be going to bed.
Reporting for duty.
And here we see it right here. From my own mouth, I don't have the self-control, I guess is the phrase, is what it is, to just say, no, don't ever stay up all night playing a video game. Go to sleep, wake up early and play then. It's really all the same either way. Think I've lost? No, I'm certain I've lost. Now that I look. Haven't mentioned this. I bought I've been seeing this razor company, Dorco, mentioned that seems to sell razors sort of cheap. Now, it didn't give me as much as I thought it was going to give me in what I paid for it, but I did get like 10 blades and a handle for $25. So you're talking pretty nice. I don't know how long they're going to last. They may last a lot longer than the Mach 3 razor blades that I've been using ever since I started shaving. So it's been a real long time since I've even upgraded. I'm not one of these guys that is super obsessed with beards or anything, so ideally what I would do is I'd have the Mach 3s, I'd use them way past it when they should. The little band strip would be gone after a month or so of using it, and I would still use it forever until it was so dull that it was cutting my face way too much. I'm not a very good shaver. Also, they don't teach you how to shave in school, oddly enough, and so there's no real thing, no real
Face the
way
light.
to learn, and if you don't have some male figure or somebody at least tell you how to do it. So I'm not very good at it, and I was just getting to the point with the Mach 3s where I'm just like, I'm cutting myself, it's not giving me a good shape. So I got the 7-blade Dorko thing, and I'm really in love with it. Although, to be
Face the light.
fair, I would like to point out that I think it's probably given me such a close shave now that I feel like I'm getting a 5 o'clock shadow, where with the dull Mach 3 blades, I think I was ripping everything out at the root, so the hair was taking several days to grow back just because everything was getting torn out. Now I have no intention of really changing how I deal with blades and them being ridiculously expensive still. Even the Dorkos, even though they were a good deal, they're still ridiculously expensive. My plan is to, of course, use these blades way past when they're supposed to, and once they start getting dull, I'm sure they'll start ripping everything out at the stud too. But I'm hoping when they get to that point, they will be a little bit better about not cutting me or giving me razor burn when they're to that level. The base doesn't have a little motor in it like my Mach 3 did, but honestly, I'm not sure that really matters. I'm not sure if in actuality having a little motor vibrate did anything, or if it was just a gimmick. If anything, maybe that was the thing that was causing it to cut me. I don't know. So, anywho, I just wanted to mention that. I am right now kind of in love with this thing. Next week I may, well, probably will have no feelings for it. I barely have any feelings for it now. Let's see. How do we want to do this? This. And then this. And then end the jump. So, yep. That's something I figured I'd mention. I want to get through stacking. I thought about doing stacking a different way than I'm doing it. I thought about getting all of the solutions, like getting the first solution to some of the challenges and then just moving on to the next thing. But the game's so short. It would be completely ridiculous to do it that way. Let's see. I'm just gonna end the turn here. So, yeah, it's much better to sit there and use the hints and do everything while you're in the level. I did not realize how fast this game was, though. And I don't recall playing it just like running through it and it being super fast. But I think part of the issue too is probably somewhere in the back of my mind I actually do remember how things were done, what the solutions are. And if that is the case, that would explain a lot. Let's see. We gotta heal this guy, and then power this one up, and then double this one's health, and then attack. Now, that's a lot of cards to use, but with that issue, he's not capable of really getting rid of this guy. Not without casting some spells or doing something big. He's not even gonna lead me to Polymore. Attack.
Are you afraid of the
In the
dark?
turn. This guy will get him in 4 turns. Alone, even if he can't attack once. If he can't attack,
Let's
he'll get him
You
in
can
like
see
2 turns.
a new acquisition.
Fine, I'll heal.
Heal, heal. At least we can do that much. If I could get another light spawn, my other light spawn, play that, double it, but that would take 2 turns.
What to do? What to do?
There is, at a very high level, a problem with playing a 4 mana light spawn and then playing a 6 mana Temple Enforcer to get that up to a, what is that, a 8/8 character, you know, on your 10th turn, and then on your 11th turn having to double up a couple times. So at a very high level, there is not a good system there. It would be a lot better to play on like your 6th turn a 4 mana light spawn, and then the card, which I think is Power Ward Shield. Yes, it is. Play 2 of those and make him a 9/9 character on the 6th turn.
Anduin!
That is by far a better deal.
Your soul shall be mine.
So
The light
Temple
shall bring
Enforcer
victory.
is probably one you would want to think about replacing if you had something better. Of course, the question is, what is the something better? I got nothing. So I'll end the turn. On the fact of how small stacking is, it has this hijinks thing that wasn't even unlocked for the first level, where you can take control of specific characters and then use their ability to run around and cause
In the light's name.
trouble. And then when you cause trouble enough times, their ability will go gold. And that's all that it really is. It's just kind of a collectible, but collectible through interacting with other characters.
Buying or selling.
Extra thing. The game really strikes me as if they had a manager who said you could have 3 areas and only 3 areas, and then he turned around and said, but on those, I want this game to be longer than, I mean, that game by itself might be 3 hours long.
Face the light.
because they were limited to 3 areas, and they were limited to putting at most 8 challenges in each area, which I don't believe they actually. Maybe at the 3rd level, they give you 8 challenges or 6 challenges. Maybe. So you can't make bigger areas, and I don't think that world would really benefit from bigger areas. I think it benefits from having more areas. Let's see. You start in a train station trying to save your son. No, your brother, not your son. Who is working as a coal miner. So that right there says you could have made a coal miner area. The second one, you're on a ship, which opens the door to, you could have been on an island area, like an island resort area full of people, or full of animals even. Because animals are kind of depicted at certain points. At least you could have potentially done a zoo, you could have done a park, you could have
face the light.
Hopefully he won't be able to kill this guy. I don't think he will be able to, but he might be able to. The 3rd level is on a blimp, so you could have done an airport. Right there, you've doubled it. You really just need different, many different areas.
The damned stand ready.
So you could do anything, really. You could do a stacking set in a city, you could do stacking set in a subway, you could do it in a mall. You just have it designed in any area that has a bunch of characters, varied characters. That's all you needed to do. Now, they had a very interesting story style, so I think
How many fingers
you would get kind of far away from the original story if you weren't careful. Let's see.
Fine, I'll one.
Want to kill that guy, but I also want to power this guy up. He's not gonna survive, is he?
Your magic shall not save you.
Interesting move. Interesting move, alright.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Alright. This guy.
Fine, I'll
Attack
one.
this guy. Put this on this guy. So this one will be 2 heals. If I did that, he would. There's only a very low chance he would be able to hit that, so I'll wait.
Get behind me.
Haven't done very well getting any progress towards victory. And I'm playing as my priest. Did I mess up my priest deck somehow? If I did, I don't know what I did. Here we go.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Fine, I'll one.
Let's hope this works now. So, I'm still lost though.
We're gonna be rich.
Son of a... Oh well, he's just rubbing it in. Stupid Reno Jackson. Stupid Reno Jackson. I'm gonna have to play him. I'm gonna have to play Reno Jackson in like all my decks. Aren't I? Even though I don't want to play him, I'm gonna have to play him. Just because everybody else is playing him, and he's giving all these other players the ability to reset. He's effectively doubled the health of any player that has purchased that expansion and that actually uses it.
Anduin versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
The light shall bring victory.
Reno Jackson is the ultimate, like, overpowered card to force you into playing new cards, because his ability is all about, it only works if you only have one of each card in your deck. And ideally, what they would have wanted to do is say, you could. It only works if you only have new cards in your deck, but they can't. It would be too difficult to say only non-classic cards are allowed, and his ability will work, or only League of Explorer cards are allowed, because you couldn't even make a deck with just League of Explorer cards. So they're one step away from that, but that's what they want. They want you to play the new expansion, Tournament of Heroes cards, and what was the other one in between there? I don't even remember what it is. Go ahead and end the turn there. Can't do anything. I guess you can really... I could buy into the argument that stacking was played out in one game. But that doesn't mean they need to get completely away from the talking to people and interacting with people concept, because Double Fine really went right back to a standard point and click adventure after stacking. It was many years, but there was many years in between, but in reality the next adventure game I think they came out with was Broken Age, which is a standard point click adventure, and so they learned nothing from that. Broken Age is 2D, stacking is 3D. Stacking had a unique gameplay mechanic that allowed you to walk around and get to areas faster. Darn it. That was
Ready.
So yeah, it seems like they learned absolutely nothing from that experiment.
How many fingers do you see?
Which is a shame. There's no challenges in Broken Age. There's no things. Oh man, I think I'm thinking now I should probably do Broken Age afterwards.
wonder.
Stacking so short, before we get back to Sam and Max, let's go to Broken Age. Yeah. It's a different company, but because we were kind of focusing on Telltale games, of course I would do that after the Witness, or at least after a significant amount of the Witness is done. There really is probably going to be, I'll get several hours of the Witness recorded, and then record several other things, but maybe not. I may just power through it. Really shouldn't be spending the money on it. It's $40 is a lot. And I don't know if I finished telling that story. It's like I was watching the people from Red Letter Media play the game. They seemed like they were, the guy that was playing was at least somewhat interested in it. And then when they were done playing for 3 hours and I thought they had fun, they just said, no, we basically hated this. And then they found out they spent $40 with it, and they literally were trying to see what the Steam refund was. Like, Steam refunds are 2 hours, I believe, and they're like, well, you know, I think we'll just refund it. One of them wanted to, the other was like, no, that's not fair. We've been getting $5 donations for 3 hours, so they got way more than $40 between the two of them for that game. But let's see. This.
Are you afraid of the dark?
In the light's name. In the light's name.
In the turn. So yeah, I'm gonna start recording the Witness, but I'm gonna warn people probably right at the beginning. Plus, I'm gonna try and speedrun it in all out ways. I'm not gonna sit there and pretend like I don't know the solutions if I know the solutions. I'm just gonna say, you know what, I saw somebody else do this. I know what this is. And frankly, even the ones I haven't seen other people do, because there are some big secrets I've already had spoiled for me, I'm gonna probably do them.
What to
just in an effort to save time. I think maybe I will wait till a certain point, because
Time waits for no one.
this is a little bit of spoilers, but the puzzles you see on the screen are actually the first half of the game, I feel like, and then there are puzzles that aren't on the screen that you wouldn't realize actually even existed until a while. Let's see, do I want to try and kill either one of those? Nope, let's just end the turn. So there's a certain point in the middle of the game, which is technically the first ending of the game, where it tells you this, or you are supposed to learn this. And if you learn that, then you're supposed to run around the world and realize that there's a lot more puzzles than what you thought.
Ready for action!
So it would be unrealistic to ignore those for my personal playthrough, but it's also probably the right move. Come on. Well, I think I just lost. Oops.
Not quite what was planned.
If I could have done this one more time.
I am ready.
Nature will rise against you.
Well, looks like it did. Looks like nature did rise against me. Come on, let's take a moment here. Let's take a moment. We're having a losing streak. Yeah, we're having a pretty crappy losing streak. Let's try Warrior and Warlock. Let's see. Let's get that one done. This is exactly what we didn't want. And I really don't even have that much to talk about. There's really nothing else to talk about.
Versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I think piling on videos is gonna work. It seems like it kind of works. Somewhat at least. So I assume I want to continue down that path and just record things, pile them up, and then come back and do the scheduling when I'm listening to podcasts. Let's go ahead and do this. So,
Job's done.
this is effectively all I'm doing is wasting the mage's second turn. Yeah, he'll just do this, and it will do nothing. And that's all I really was trying to do there. Now I'm gonna gamble. I hope it hits 2 or 3 times for my second turn. I have a 5 here and this. That would be nice. Let's go ahead and do this. And then attack the face. In the turn, but he'll just kill this guy. Next turn. So I want to play this and then turn that into a 6-3. 6-12-18 almost takes out the face alone. And that's a 6-turn play.
What to do? What to do?
So it's probably better to play this the 5th turn than play these 2 in the same turn. So the only real question is what do we do on the 4th turn? He still hasn't even summoned anything, which is great. Guess we'll just do that.
The light does not discriminate.
Let's go ahead and just play this and use it.
No problem. Job's done.
Because next turn I can play these 2. Watch, Reno Jackson will come about and that'll solve everything for him. Play this. Upgrade.
Job's done.
Shame I can't kill that character, but whatever. So, in theory, with this attack, I could probably play something like this and beat him, or maybe play this and beat him. 6 plus 2 damage is 7, 8. There we go. So let's try this. guess him. That's a counter spell. That's a shame. Oh well. Attack the face. He's down to 2. Play this, should win. Sereno Jackson shows out. See, I really don't want to just have to sit here and deal and worry about Reno Jackson every time. It's like, I don't want to have to say, I'm gonna win next turn unless he plays Reno Jackson, then I'm gonna lose. If he had a spell. If he had a spell that he could have played. That would. So do we have time to play for the Warlock? Let's do it anyways. We're at 41 minutes. I'd usually stop at 45, but we'll do it anyways. We're not making a lot of progress here with the Priest and Warlock, which makes no real sense. Because 5 previous games should have gotten me at least 2 or 3 victories, and it hasn't. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'm gonna keep all these mechs. Oh, this is a mech deck. I didn't realize this. I'm just gonna keep them all. Here we go. We play this, and this. End of the turn. Next turn I can play this. Turn after that I can play this. This is gonna work out nicely. Maybe I should be playing my Warlock deck. Go. Face. End of turn. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to a non-mech minion. Well, these are all mech minions, so I'll take that. At the start of your turn, deal 2 damage to a random enemy.
Stay on target! Stay on target!
In the turn. So either these 2 die, or these 2 die. Darn it. Oh well, I've got another one of these in my turn. Kill that guy. So we've got the beginning and the end turn ability here, combining nicely. Demolisher versus the Fell Cannon. Play this. Attack this. See if that brings about a bear. Yes, it does. In the turn. That's not enough to kill him though, sadly. interesting choice. Wrong choice. But interesting choice. At the end of your turn, destroy this minion if it's the only one. Oh. So as long as there's others around, it's fine. Well, we can ensure there are others around. So if there's others on the other side, then... No, it says you're only one, so she... So if there were on this side, but he killed these two, then he gets that one. Here we go.
Powering up. Portals online.
Well fought. I concede.
Come on, come on. So I think we're gonna have some fun here with the Warlock next recording. Anywho, that's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to. Notice we are at 6,200. We're making our way up to 7,000. Now, no new expansion has been announced yet, so unless one just sneaks out here, we may get to 10,000 easily. We may be closer to 15,000 when the expansion comes out, and I may end up opening 100 packs, which would be interesting. Anywho, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.